name's Nick with Sunshine State RVs in Gainesville, Florida. We are the #1 Class B RV dealership in the state of Florida. We're #2 in the whole United States of America, and that has changed here in the last couple months. We have moved from #3 to #2. We are taking over the Class B RV world, and it's not because I hit people over the head with this award from Winnebago. It's because we sell more vans all over the country than anybody else almost. There is one other dealership. It is the Goliath, and we are the David, and we are climbing to beat the giants. But one day. So we deliver for free anywhere in the country, no matter where you're at in the United States. We will deliver from Gainesville to you, and over half of our sales right now are being delivered all over the country, so we have it down packed. I do have this award in my hands because we have, for the 5th year in a row, been rated a Flying W dealer. So you ask me, Nick, what does a Flying W dealer mean? It means we are one of Winnebago's top 10% of all their dealers in the nation based on customer ratings, based on everything that they make us do. So we do what we have to do to make our customers happy, no matter what state they're in, no matter what condition, no matter what's going on. We go over and above for our customers, not just for the sale, but for our customer. And that's what this award is. So we're super proud. We have these banners hanging up all over our dealership, the Flying W Award. So because of that, I get the latest and the greatest RVs from Winnebago. So this RV just came out a few months ago, and they just started shipping them in the last week. What is behind me is a 2026 Winnebago View, the 24R. This is their latest and greatest View. So the View is by far the best-selling B+ small C on the market. It's 25 feet long, 10 feet tall on the Mercedes Sprinter chassis. This is the best-selling one on the market, and the R has quickly become their best-selling B+ small C RV. So in this video, we're gonna go through what makes Winnebago unique. We're gonna go through what makes this RV pretty stinking cool, and a lot of the new features. This is a brand new floor plan. They just came out with it. There might not be many other videos on YouTube about this 24R, and we are so lucky that we are one of the first ones to get to debut it. So let's dive right into it. For the next 3 hours, I'm gonna tell you what makes this, maybe not 3 hours, but for the next 20 minutes, I'm gonna tell you what makes this RV great. Now, if I held this whole time, it would be like a curl workout because this thing weighs about 20 pounds. So I'm gonna put this down and dive right into it. So 25 feet long, 10 feet tall, Mercedes Sprinter. This is the high output 4-cylinder engine. It does have the high performance LED headlights, and I love how Winnebago paints everything on it. They don't just leave the black and leave the cladding. They really make it, they really go above and beyond and make it look sharp. And then Winnebago also doesn't just put some decals and stickers and plastic on there. They actually emboss that W into the roof there, because they have their own machines, they have their own factories, their own plant that does all of that. So it's pretty stinking awesome how they do it. So you got the side windows, you have the Winnebago step. I love the little dog leash thing on the front and the back, so you have 2 dogs. I always make the joke, I got 4 kids, and at one point they were 2, 4, 6, and 8 years old. I might have tied 2 of them up there and the other 2 up on the other side, because you can't keep all 4 together. They just fight like cats and dogs. This is your camping side here. This is where you would have your plugs here. You have a little cable outlet here if you wanted to hook a TV up. You do have a power awning. Now, something else that I really love is how Winnebago insets that awning. They don't just have it sticking out on the side like some awkward wart. They actually inset it into the body line, so it gives it a nice and sleek look to it. It does have the Truma AquaGo, the hot water heater. It also has a Truma air conditioner, which in my opinion is the best AC on the market. So this is a storage box here. There is a lithium battery. So this has a 320 amp hour Lithionics battery. It also has the Onam propane generator. So it has both power sources. Something that we do probably 90% of the time is we upgrade the Lithionics battery to where it can have 2 320 amp hour batteries and an Onam generator. That's why we order it with the generator, so that way people can have the flexibility of both. If you do order it without the generator, It comes with a 640 amp hours of lithium, but you don't have the generator. So I feel having both, if you have the space and the weight capabilities, I feel having both is way better than just having one. I like redundant power. Something that's super unique about this, well, first off, before I go to what's unique, all of these windows are the big awning style windows. So the one in the kitchen there and the one in the bedroom, there are dual pane acrylic awning style windows that open up and down, and I'll show you that when we do it. So something that's pretty cool here is this huge storage. Now the 24T also has this storage, but this is one of the biggest storage compartments I've ever seen in an RV that's 25 feet long. So you can access it right here. You can also access it through the back, and you can also access it through here. And last time I did a video on this, I showed how nimble and flexible I was by crawling all the way through this, and I'll show that again, but not just how flexible and nimble I am, how big that storage space is. So there is so much storage in the back of this that you don't have to leave anything at home. Now, my wife loves having stuff. I always call it junk. She calls it very valuable stuff that you never know when you're gonna need it. But she would be able to pack this storage slam full when we travel. So there are some lights here, there are plugs. You can have another TV setup here if you wanted to set up a TV, like a secondary tailgate version. There are some racks and things that you can hook things to in here as well. So Winnebago gives you some great storage opportunities. This is the power plug here, and this is cool because this is a 30 amp service, so you don't need 50 amp. And this is the plug here. So what you do is you plug it in, screw it in, and then you would plug this into the campground. And this is stuff that we would teach you how to use. So a lot of times people who are buying these RVs have never used one, right? You've always had this dream that you want to have a small RV, something that's flexible, that's nimble, that can take you places. And this Winnebago View is great for that, right? But you may be intimidated and say, man, 25 feet's big, Nick. I don't know how to use that plug. I don't know how to use any of this dump station stuff. I don't know how to use this outside shower. What do I do with this? Is it a microphone for karaoke? Is it a shower? Is it for my dog? Like, what do you do? So what's very cool about Sunshine State RVs is if you come here to Gainesville, we will give you a walkthrough and teach you everything there is to know about how to plug this in, about how to use that shower, about how to use the lithium and how to use a generator, when to use a lithium, when to use the generator. And that's one of the reasons we won the Flying W Award, is because everybody that buys from us gets to meet Corey, who's our walkthrough extraordinaire, and gets to truly experience what it's like to be taught how to use an RV correctly the first time. A lot of places rush you through your walkthrough, you get 15, 20 minutes, and then all of a sudden you leave and you have no clue what you just learned. Corey spends as much time with you as you need, teaching you how to use everything, but we don't just stop there. A, any issues we fix right away. B, we give you 2 nights at a campground so that way you can test everything that you just learned for 2 nights. Any issues you have then, we get you right back in right away. Then when you finally leave, after 2 or 3 nights, depending on what you need, we give you unlimited tech support over the phone anytime you call. We also, if you're within 100 miles, we'll pick up your RV, bring it back, repair it, and deliver it back to you within 100 miles at no charge for any of that. We charge no fees, none of the bogus dealer fees or prep fees or walkthrough fees, we don't charge any of that stuff because we want you to be treated fairly. And we want you to feel like, you know what? I'm buying an expensive RV and I'm getting treated like a king. I'm getting treated better than anyone else would treat me in the entire country. And that's why we've become the #2 dealer in the United States. So I don't typically take these whole videos to talk about Sunshine State RVs. I like to talk about the RV. So that's probably all you might hear about what we do and how we do it. So you got your plug here, you got your water here, your faucet. This is where you fill up. You have a black tank flush, which is really nice. And this is where you would use your city water. You just keep it plugged in, and anytime you turn your sink on, it would just be the city water here going through the filter. You do have some big storage compartments here. Right now, this slide is out. We'll be showing you what these storage compartments look like with the slide in. What's great about the Sprinter chassis is you have the push button start, you have adaptive cruise control, you got a 10-inch navigation screen, you have everything that you need to make a very comfortable, heated seats, power seats, everything you need to have a really comfortable comfortable Mercedes ride while you're traveling from destination to destination, while you're camping and hanging out. Mercedes Sprinter gives you a very comfortable ride with their 9-speed transmission and all the safety features you're used to in your car. So the outside of this View is great and it's beautiful and nice, but when you get inside, you're gonna see what makes this 24R super unique. So follow me inside and fall in love with this beauty. So this thing just keeps following me around everywhere I go. I don't understand how it just keeps showing up everywhere. But we are inside of the 24R, and this is the newest floor plan by Winnebago. Just talked to my Winnebago rep before we were doing this video, and he said this is the best-selling View floor plan right now. So this is great. It just came out. There's lots of orders for it. This is the R. So the R comes with the love seat here with 2 seatbelts in it. So it has 4 seatbelts in total. They took the fridge out of the kitchen here and they put it in the slide. So that way it kind of gave you a little more room over here. Something else cool they did in this floor plan was they separated the toilet room, the bathroom, from the shower, and then they gave you elevated twin beds back there. So with the big sleeping situation, tons of storage underneath, the separate shower and toilet, and then moving the fridge over here, this is a very unique floor plan. And that's one thing that people always ask me, why a Winnebago? And I always say, because they're one of the most unique builders of RVs on the market. I mean, like, take this color, for instance. I would call this like burnt orange or copper. They call it Hygge-Haus. H-Y-G-G-E is the first word. The second word is H-A-U-S. I think that's Danish, from like Denmark, and I'm sure I'm pronouncing it wrong, but they call it Hygge-Haus is the name of this color. I mean, you could call it copper or burnt orange or baseball glove material, I don't know, but it's a great color. So my wife is very aesthetic in everything she does, and she drives a white SUV with this color seats, and she absolutely loves it. That was like mandatory for her to have this color seat. So if she loves it, I love it. I've been married 21 years. That's how you have a happy marriage. If my wife loves it, I love it. Something else pretty cool that they do is they don't just give you flat wood cabinets. So I like the LED lighting. I also like how it's here and then it kind of slants down. There's like this like rose gold and then this gator skin and then wood. There's a lot going on, which I think is so unique, because a lot of times you walk into an RV and it truly feels like your grandparents' RV. And I don't want to walk in my grandparents' RV. My wife won't. Like, she has to be in an aesthetically pleasing RV because she likes it. Just kind of makes her in a better mood, and I like it when my wife's in a good mood. When she is in a van, an RV like this, that is very pretty. So nice big TV here. Behind the TV you do have some storage. You have HDMI hookups. You have a port going to the roof, so when we do install Starlink, we would just put Starlink on the roof and do that. Actually, you know what? I take that back. This RV doesn't need Starlink. You know why? This is one of the first ones that they are doing this Winnebago Connect. So they just started doing this Winnebago Connect, which is this big screen here that controls everything in the RV. And you press a button and this is hooked up to internet all the time. So it has a built-in internet router to it, and you just pay one monthly fee and you have internet in the entire RV, and this thing is hooked up to the internet to where you can control all of this on your phone. So it's a very cool pet minder. So right now it is 68 degrees in this RV, which it actually feels great. You can put your pet comfort range at 90 and 61. So it will give you an alert when it reaches over 90 or under 61. And you can change this whatever you want. We can put it at 85 if you want. If you have a dog that doesn't like it to be over 80, you can get a reminder at 80. And then when you're awning, you can do your awning in and out from right here. You can also control your climate. So we can go through and control the vent. We can control the Truma air conditioner. We can control everything on this Winnebago Connect. They've been working for a long time to get this right, and it's finally right. So what it does is it syncs the Lithium battery with the generator, with the inverter and the solar, and it kind of shows you what kind of power is coming into your RV and what kind of power is going out. And so, like I said earlier, this one has the Lithium battery and the Onan generator and the inverter and the solar, so it has everything all in one coach. And 90% of the time, we go ahead and we upgrade it for customers from just one 320 amp hour to a second one. So that way you have 640 amp hours of lithium battery and an Onan generator, which I think is the best situation. So Winnebago Connect is a very cool feature, and I love how it just hooks to the internet instantly. It can be used through Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. So that is a great system there. As we're looking through the kitchen here, they give you an induction stove and a gas stove, and there is a countertop extension. You know, I did mention these awning style, dual pane awning style windows, and so I just love how big they are, and they just open up, and then you can have the screen down if you want. We would have to do this here in Florida because of all of the mosquitoes. I think I've been bitten 12 times during the making of this video. But you know what? The things I do to produce high quality videos. My camera guy just got bit twice on his hand while we're doing this, but he didn't flinch. He's like a rock star. So screen here, this thing opens and closes every window in this RV. The one behind the theater seats, the ones in the back, they're all these big awning style windows. So this is your kitchen. Okay, let's go through. People like to see, oh, look at that. So the light here kind of goes into the drawer, these soft closing drawers there. The lights, every drawer has lights above it, which are pretty cool. And then you have your big cabinet here that has a little shelf. You have your whole filter system, and that is where you drain. So it's a nice big cabinet there as well. This is a convection microwave that you can, it says it grills, it convections, it micro grills. You can do popcorn, cookies, anything you want to warm up there as well. So big fridge, like I said, they did move it from the kitchen side over to the slide to kind of give you a little more room there. But this is nice, right? So this is the table. This table can go here to where you can eat, you can hang out on it, but also you can just remove it and you don't have to have it there. There are 2 seat belts on this, and then there's a button in here that, see, there is a recliner. So both of these recline completely based on a button. And so this is very comfortable here. You could have a seatbelt on. You could easily sleep here if you wanted. They're sleeping above the cab. They're sleeping in the back. And then, you know, I could probably just sleep right here, just like this. So this is very comfortable. I think Winnebago does a great job of making these comfortable recliners. They're not very stiff. They're not straight up and down, but they are very comfortable. So I like, there's also USB ports on both sides, so you can charge your phones or your laptop or whatever. But you know, if you don't want this, it comes up very easily, and it can store up there, and this can store here. You can also use it right here for these 2 seats. So this has the driver's seat right now is swiveled along with the passenger seat, and you can sit up here. A lot of times my wife sleeps in a little longer. It takes her a little longer to fall asleep at night than me. So I lay down. That's a little high there. I lay down and I'm asleep within, I don't know, 38 seconds, I think. So when I wake up, if she was back there, I would come up here and I would set this table up. I'd hang out here. This might be a little high, so I'd have to figure out how to get it lowered a little bit, or maybe I'd even hang out in those recliners there. But this is a great area to just hang out, drink your coffee, read your Bible, catch up on the news, ESPN, see what the Florida Gators are doing. But I like this like common area here, you know, with all the kids being able to hang out. I think this is a great area. Let me show you this. So with this right here, this folds down. So you have this big bed up here. So this is a big area. There is a ladder here. So the ladder you'd put right here, and you can climb up there, lay down. There are window coverings. There's USB ports. There is a divider there. And there's also a 110 plug up there. So this would be great for my kids. You know, knowing my kids, they would have fought over this. So right now my kids are 21, 19, 16, and 14. So all 4 ages. At one point they were 10, 8, 6, and 4. And when I would come home with an RV like this, they would all fight over who sleeps up here, and they would not want to really sleep on the recliners, but they would all, at least 3 of them would squeeze up here, and then one would be left out probably, and they would sleep there. But this is just such a great area. If you do have grandkids and you want to be the best Grammy and Grampy in the world, you pull up to their house and they just run out here, jump up here, and have their little camp out. So pretty neat. And then when you're not using it, let's say you don't see the grandkids that much, or you're only gonna use it a couple times a year, this is easy to come in and out, and this is great storage up there. So this, I would store this up there too. I would store this table, and this is all really light stuff. Store all of that, and then you have your big common area here. So as we walk through to the bathroom, I love how they gave you a separate toilet room and shower. So if one person is taking a shower, you don't really do long showers in RVs, but if one person is taking a shower, the other person could be in the bathroom. So lots of space here. You know, I'm a big dude. I'm 6 foot tall, 236 pounds. And so I'm a little larger than average, and I got plenty of elbow space, plenty of knee space. I can wash my hands, I can brush my teeth. I got, look at that, a rose gold W. How cool is that, right? So I like what they give you. You got your flushing, you got all your lights, your toilet paper holder. So I like the amount of space they give you in here. And even if you are standing in here and you're brushing your teeth, you have a sink here, you have your mirror, your medicine cabinet is there. And then on this side, you have even more cabinet space. And then my wife is very thankful that they put a fan in the bathroom, and they give you a separate AC just for the toilet room. And then you can go into the shower. They kind of alternate the door here. So this could even be the divider from the front to the back. They give you a curtain, but this door acts as a great divider to kind of divide the front to the back. But they give you a separate shower. So you have your toilet room, then you have your shower room. There again, this doesn't have to be in here. This is a clothes hanger, but 6 foot tall. I mean, there's at least 3 or 4 more inches above my head here, and I can move around, take a shower, hot water, cold water, and I can fit great in here. They do give you some privacy if you do leave that door open. I love how they give you places to hang your towels too. So I think Winnebago, their design team truly does think about all of this stuff when they're designing these very unique 25-foot small Class C's. And I always get yelled at on YouTube for calling these B pluses. I think I like the B connotation because it makes people think they're small, because they're 25 foot long. You know, there's some of these that are 30, 35, 40 feet long. This is as small as you get in a small C or a B plus, but I always get ridiculed. So they kind of took this layout after the Echo. So the Echo has the twin beds, and this is a great floor plan for that. So you have a nice big drawer here. You have a big cabinet. Oh, you know what? You know what the point of these are? I'm going to show you this really quickly. So these go here. So when you sit, you're not so low. Then the table is a good height when you sit on these things. So earlier I was complaining about the table. See, look at Winnebago telling me, Nick, you don't know what you're talking about. We give you something for those. So much easier to get up as well. So that's why they give you those, so that way you can sit on there. So there again, storage there. You got storage here, lots of storage there, and then another drawer there. So these beds are great, lots of room. I know I shouldn't put my feet on the bed, but there you go. So I'd have a pillow here, but I fit. There's 110 plugs if you have a CPAP machine or need a charger for something. Plugs, there's reading lights, AC vents, and lots of space. This does fold out to where you can have both of these here, and you can have one large bed back here if you want. Some people do want that, some people don't. Just depends. But you know, this side as well, 6 foot tall, I fit fine. I have shoes on, so I land here. I like having a window, I like having an AC vent, I like having a plug and little storage compartments there, storage here, storage there. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, look at all these storage everywhere. I mean, how cool. There's a separate smart TV back here, just like the smart TV in the front. So you got 6 of these storage compartments, 2 cubby holes. Like, they're determined to not waste any space at all. So I've been super impressed with the uniqueness of every Winnebago floor plan there is. The way they're doing their Winnebago Connect is great. I like how the induction and gas, I love the lithium system. The Higgy Hoss color is very cool too. I think this is neat. I like how much storage they give you on the outside. I like the Mercedes Sprinter chassis. So there's lots to like about this brand new Winnebago View 24R. There's also lots to like about Sunshine State RVs, from our free delivery to our no dealer fees to our tech support, guaranteed service point within 5 days. So lots of cool stuff. So it's a good combination buying a Winnebago from Sunshine State RVs. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got a lot out of it. And we do have other videos and other RVs that are this size to compare it to. So we will fly you to Gainesville or deliver this for free to your house. I will not be the one to deliver it. I'm very sorry. But Chuck, our delivery expert, has driven almost 1 million miles for us in the last 7 years. So he is delivering all over the country. We also flatbed too. So thanks for watching this video. Check out our other ones.